All right. Look at this thing, man. One of the most menacing ships in Star Citizen by far. It's beautiful, for sure. Definitely a cool design. You got the spikes up here. It's red. Looks like it's got wings. It looks very alien. You can see at first glance, it's an alien ship. It's cool. It's got a unique seating position. It's like the Batmobile, you know, like leaning forward type thing. Wow, it skipped the animation. Nice. Classic Star Citizen. All right, let's do a bounty. We're still trying to get our certifications all complete here. So we're out in Microtech doing an MRT certification. So the Blade is one of the coolest ships in the game, and it's also one of the most OP light fighters in the game for PvP. And that's because, for one thing, it's got a weapon system that is highly effective. Very good weapon system, just right out of the bat. Stock out of the bat, right off the bat. Stock, you don't have to do anything to the Blade. In fact, I don't know if you can even customize the Blade at all. But the main reason that the Blade is OP for PvP is because it's got a giant gap where the pip is. The pip targets the center of the enemy ship, but if there's no center of the ship, then you're shooting nothing. All right, you see like in the middle of the ship, there's these two spaces on either side of the cockpit. So a lot of your shots when you shoot at the Blade at the pip can miss the ship entirely because the wings extend so far forward. The middle of the ship is a lot of empty space. So the Blade can be a very difficult ship to fight. It's also very fast, extremely maneuverable. It's a mean ship, that's for sure. And I hate it. I hate it for many reasons. It is one of the worst ships to fly in the game because you can't see anything. Compare this cockpit to the cockpit of a Gladius. You basically can see nothing. It's like you're blind. You can't see in front of you. You can't see above you. You can't see underneath you. You can see kind of to the side where you don't need to see. But it's kind of crazy how little you can see. And also, as you can tell right now, because it's dark, I can barely see the ground because the red lights are very bright and distracting. Being targeted by a missile. Better flare.
Try to dodge that.
Should probably take these guys out. I'll go closer to the ground and show you the headlight in a minute, but basically it's just a giant red beam that is very unhelpful. I have no idea where the ground is right now. I think that ship just hit the ground. We got a cutlass here. Okay, now I can kind of see. The best way to see with a Blade is to go all F4 so that you're I'm in the atmosphere here and it's not helping at all. Yep. I'm just trying to be very conscious of where I am in terms of the ground right now. Alright, we got our shields back. We're in atmosphere right now, and the Blade doesn't like it all that much. But yeah, F4. And now we can kind of see where we are. Hold on. Here we go. It is cool. It's definitely a cool ship, that's for sure. But everything else about it is horrible. Oh my god, see, there you go. There's the headlight. Isn't that helpful? Ow, I hit the ground. And that's what I'm talking about. The headlight on the Blade, it's not even an exaggeration. It literally blinds you. Like, what is that for? Why is the light red? It's like the opposite of the Car2All, where the light on the Car2All illuminates the entire galaxy for everybody. Luckily, I was smart, and not only did I finish the mission before I died, I set my spawn back to default on Orison before I went to do the bounty, so it spawned me back here in my home. I was going to end up killing myself to get home anyway, to fast travel, if you will. So it all worked out. and it was a good demonstration of why the blade sucks. But if you can get over the blade's cockpit, you'll dominate in PvP, that's for sure. So if it's important to you to have the very best, most meta ship in the game, and you're not going to be flying too much in atmosphere, and you're going to be in the dead of space, then you're going to be good. You're going to be absolutely good to go, because the blade's insane. But if you're like me and you just don't care that much about the meta, then arrow all the way. The cockpit is very important. You know, seeing is very important when you're going to fight somebody. So I'm sure there's probably a way to decrease the brightness of that, all those HUD elements, but it's all right. I don't like the ship that much anyway. So yeah, there you go. That's the blade. It's great and it's horrible. Definitely not a ship for bounty targets. If you're going to go bounty targets, then, I mean, if you really want the best ship for bounty targets, get an Eclipse. But I wish I had vision like this in real life where I could just zoom in and see stuff in full resolution. That would be great. All right, anyway, enough rambling. Get an arrow. I'll see you later.